So, ransomware and cyber attacks have been all over the news lately, whether it's the CDK automotive dealership hack or the big AT&T hack. These are big time events and occurrences that affect millions of people. And what happens is with these attacks is companies are attacked by a hacker. And usually what they do is they get into your system, they lock down the system of this large company, and they tell you, we're going to keep you locked down unless you pay a ransom. That's why they call it ransomware. And the company can make a couple decisions. Either they don't pay the ransom and spend a lot of time and money trying to unfreeze their computer system, and in the meantime the hackers can delete files, can maybe take private information and share it on the dark web, or they could just pay the ransom and get it over with. Many times the companies look at it as a cost benefit and say, we're better off paying the ransom. It's a cheaper option. However, at some point, paying these ransoms is going to get these companies into trouble. First of all, so far, the hackers have been honorable. When you pay it, they unlock your system. At some point, the hackers are going to make you pay more. They're going to keep upping the ante on the ransom. I think the hackers are doing it out of self-interest, that if they know if they start doing that, then no one's going to pay ransom anymore. However, there are two other potential risks for a company paying a ransom, and those are regulatory legal risks. There is a law called the FCPA, Foreign Corrupt Practice Act. And what that law generally says is if you pay a fee, a bribe, to an entity that's related to a foreign government, you're committing a crime. It's designed to stem bribery. So if you go to another country, you want to build a factory, and the factory is in a certain province, and the governor of that province says, look, you got to pay me a bribe to get permits to build a factory. It made it illegal, so that way companies could say, we are not allowed to pay a bribe, right? It was a good law. However, these hackers technically are not part of the government, but if they could be discovered that they're working with the government or under the...
Your video will be back in 8 seconds. In the meantime, remember, you have access to live one-on-one consultation, undivided attention of a licensed certified expert in this subject and many others. We want to listen to your story. We want to hear your questions and give you expert advisement of your options. We want to tell you what we know about your situation and what options you have. Now back to your video.
Under the approval of a government, some companies might get into trouble by paying the hacker a ransom. Another way a company could get in trouble is if the hacking company is using that money for terrorism or some other illegal activity, and you're funding that through your ransom. A third way there could be problems, legal problems for a company, is if there's money laundering involved. If you pay it through crypto or launder it through a bunch of different cutout private accounts, wire transfers. It's yet to be tested, and I think that at this point, our government has more things to worry about than how companies are trying to save themselves from being extorted. However, I'm sure that the large company corporate counsel that are looking at these ransom payments are cautioning the CEOs and the boards of saying, you got to be careful how you do this. That's why many companies have cyber liability insurance, where the insurance company handles all that as an insurance payment. The insurance company knows how to structure the conversations, how to structure the messaging so that it doesn't come across as being a bribe or money laundering or some type of illegal support of a foreign government or terrorism. The question is, at what point is that gray area going to be breached, where a payment of a ransomware hack is going to be construed as being an illegal activity by a company? I hate to be the first large company to be regulated about this or prosecuted about this, but at some point the government's going to set an example, and they may do it just to keep the hackers from continuing to infiltrate U.S. companies. If companies are warned against paying ransom because they're going to get prosecuted, now the hackers are not going to have as big of a market. So whether this comes from regulation or it comes from prosecution or it comes from somebody changing the laws legislatively, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, because the volume and number and extent of these ransomware payments is going up. Presumably, the CDK hack had a ransom of about $25 million paid in Bitcoin. So it'll be interesting to see if in the future there's pushback against this from government agencies.
Thank you for watching another video at actualhuman.com and describe.tv. Remember, if you have questions or comments about our videos, put them in the link below. Also, remember that you have availability and access to live one-on-one question and answer consultation with a licensed expert in a number of fields: investigations, insurance, surety bonds, civil court mediation, even things like real estate records research, real estate brokers, real estate mortgage lenders. In addition, you're going to find that experts are available in business segments, business development, marketing, advertising, certified licensed experts. So if you do find this content valuable and you want to delve more deeply into a subject, you can't ask YouTube a question, right? But if you want to talk to somebody live, an actual human, use the link below. Thanks for watching.